Good to see you, Jay Williams.
Good to be here, bud.
Now, are you East Coast based? You out here? Where are you?
I'm a little bit everywhere. I think I'm a nomad. I think my home is in my to-me travel bag.
Nice.
I'm 35, single. I mean, why wouldn't just work hard now? Just do it now. Travel while you can,
Do
right?
it now.
Exactly.
Do it now. And hopefully you just got yourself a free to-me bag just by dropping that word here on the show.
That or maybe a date, potentially. That would,
I can't imagine.
Okay,
you need some assistance.
I mean,
with.
look, any assistance would help. I would go for it.
Should we have a Rich Eisen show dating game with Jay Williams?
I would like that.
Would you really?
I would do that with you.
Wow.
Yes.
Bachelorette number one.
Okay. Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
This is great. Baron Davis is there yesterday, and he says he's going to make me a rapper.
Oh, really? His hands are full with that
I
one.
appreciate that was the most mild response you could have given.
Well,
and I appreciate
I believe in you. You're a man of many crafts, you know? Many skill sets.
That's not one of them.
Yeah?
But I guess I'm going to make sure Baron does me less than dirty. I like that. By the way, we're going to do this, the dating game, with Jay Williams. We're going to work on that. We're back in 2-2. His autobiography is as moving as it is eye-opening, as it is inspirational. Love having this man on the show, and I will stop talking about Jay Williams as if he is not sitting here. The author of Life is Not an Accident, a memoir of reinvention with all of his knowledge on the basketball game for ESPN. Good to see you here on the eve of Game 3, sir.
Good to be here, bud. We'll see if it's a game, actually.
We'll get to that in a second, though. I just had a moment, guys, with Jay, where I feel nothing makes me feel older than when I'm on social media and I'm smiling for a picture that you just took a video.
It was a video, yeah. It was kind of amazing because as I'm holding the video up, I'm like, hey, look, everybody, it's Rich Eisen.
But I had my ears in. I could not hear what you were saying. Can we do that?
It was a good pose.
Can we do that again?
Yeah, I mean, it's already out there. Is that bad? I should have rescinded it. I should have retracted it.
Don't do that.
Do not delete it because we'll pull it down and we'll show it to the audience during the television break.
What is worse? What shows a person's age more than sitting there and smiling for a video like it's a still photograph?
It wasn't kind of a smile, but you had the lean in was really good.
I did the lean in because I thought I thought you were taking a selfie, so I leaned in, and that's when I realized when you then turned it to you and started talking to your phone that, oh my gosh. So can we do that again?
Yeah.
Let's give it a pop right here. Is this your Instagram? Is this an Instagram story at Real Jay Williams?
Okay. All right, everybody. Rich Eisen, part 2.
Here we go. Hi.
There you go.
Hey.
He's active. We're not doing a photo this time.
It's not a fun. Hey.
Look at that.
I know it's a video.
There you go.
All right.
Too.
Now post that to your story.
I'll post that one. There you go. That'll be a lot better.
You know, I'm like, damn it. It's one of those moments where.
I thought you did really well, though.
Thank you, though, Jay.
I got you. I believe in you.
All right, now to Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Is it going to be a game tonight? What do you think? What does your gut tell you? What does your gut say here?
My gut tells me that it should be a game to a degree.
Man.
That's sad, isn't it?
It is.
It's sad that we're talking about. I was on a debate with a guy on a plane. This is my life. This is what happens with sports. This is like the byproduct of ESPN.
Okay.
Because all of our shows are debate shows. So now like random people feel like they just can debate me whenever they want. And the guy is on the plane next to me, and I'm trying to have my coffee. It's 5:15 in the morning, a.m. from New York. And he's like, hey, so what do you think is going to happen with LeBron? Is he going to stay in Cleveland? And as he asked me the question, I'm like, does he really want me to tell him my answer, or does he want to tell me his answer and just engage me in the debate? And it was definitely the latter. And he's like, if he doesn't stay at Cleveland, he's a jerk. He's ass. I'm like, wow, well, first off, he brought a championship, and it turned into an hour-long debate. So do I think they're going to play a game? I think it'll be a game. Unless Kyrie, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson all play at an extremely high level, they're not going to beat Golden State.
Well, it seems that Kyrie's been knocked off his game a little bit.
Because
Certainly
he doesn't play defense.
Why?
I've said this multiple times. I think Kyrie is the best guard to ever come out of Duke. I think he is top 5, top PGs in the league. He's that special of a talent offensively.
Yes.
But it seems at times he's not engaged defensively. And that's what Golden State does. Like, they are a bunch of Rip Hamiltons, right? And if you get caught standing up, what I mean by that, Rip Hamilton used to destroy me because he never stopped moving, Rich. It was 24/7 movement, 365. And if you stood up for 1 second, him seeing you out of a defensive stance, that's when he would come off a back screen. That's when he would come off a down screen. That's when he would cheat and go the opposite way. He's so smart, and that's how every player on Golden State plays. And it's almost like Kyrie is a liability defensively, and his offensive game hasn't really been shining, so he's not really there on the court.
All right, so there's a couple things I want to ask you based off of that. I've got Jay Williams here in studio. First off, is that coaching? Is that Steve Kerr implementing that style and then making sure that these guys adhere to it, or is it the locker room banding together? What would you attribute that constant movement?
I think
execution.
It's their system. It is Steve Kerr. It's their system in which they play. Their defensive mentality, though, originated from Mark Jackson. I was actually happy to see that Steve Kerr acknowledged the fact that Mark Jackson started to build the foundation of this team defensively. But offensively, their staff is so good at the continuity in which they play. Think about the Eastern Conference is very half-court, grind you out, that style and pace, which is conducive for LeBron and for the Cavs. Mm-hmm. But when you can't get the opposing team into a half-court game, I mean, I don't know why Tyronn Lue's trying to play fast. You cannot play fast against Golden State. You have to find some way to limit the possessions within the game. You have to find some way to make it more of a half-court style. And you have to give LeBron James rest on defense. He cannot guard Kevin Durant. You say, Iman Shumpert, now, I'm not Tyronn Lue. I haven't won a championship, obviously. But from the outside looking in, hey, Iman Shumpert, your job is to guard KD 24/7. I'm going to need you to play 40-plus minutes tonight.
Can he do that?
He's going to have to. I mean, I've never been to the NBA Finals, but I have won a championship, okay? And all these guys are tired. You're playing a lot of games. But you're here now. You're in the NBA Finals. And you have to find some way to dig deep to play those minutes in order to win a game. You have to get this game here at home. If they don't get this game, it's over. I already think it's over, but they definitely don't get this game.
Oh yeah,
it's done.
Oh, that's why I said I led the show tonight, saying that that tonight the NBA Finals either ends or begins.
Agreed.
And then, but based off of what you just said, that Kyrie is off his game because he's not playing defensively in a manner that is conducive to winning or beating Golden State. The fact that on offense, though, I mean, he hasn't really gone off, right? I mean,
yes.
he's getting his points from time to time, but they're difficult shots. He's either needing to finish at the rim in a very difficult manner, or in the paint when he gets in there, it's very difficult for him to even get there. And part of the reason why I'm just seeing, again, from just a layperson watching this thing, that when Durant switched on him, he's getting shut down by a 7-footer who he can't shake with the dribble also, which leads me to believe that Durant is the ultimate difference maker in this.
Agreed. Well,
finals.
Let me ask you this question. You take LeBron James off Cleveland, you take KD off of Golden State, who wins the series?
Warriors.
It's not even a question.
Right.
Now you add Kevin Durant to the equation. LeBron James has to be exponentially greater to even keep them afloat.
Well, certainly if J.R. Smith's not going to score after his first attempted three
He's
to
too
start
busy
the
with
series.
his pants around his kneecaps. Did you see that whole video where he went to go dap LeBron? He pulled his pants down. And the only reason I said defensively, right, is for Kyrie, is this is such a mental game. And for all these guys, in order to look, there's always nerves. You're always, you're feeling that they're the underdog. Kyrie's a great player. I'm not saying that nerves have played into the equation all the time, but you have to find some way to get yourself immersed and engaged in the game. And Kyrie's a guy that if you talk to him, like he'll take it personally where he'll try to destroy you. So how do you manipulate your own mind to trick yourself to get immersed in the game? Are you starting a little bit of a controversy with Stephen Curry? Are you taking on that pride matchup-wise defensively to try to stop him, which allows you to become more immersed in the game? Tristan Thompson, can you trick yourself to say, hey, instead of me thinking about I haven't really scored the ball the last 2 games, I'm coming into this game hot. I'm a different player. Do you possess the mental capacity to get outside of your own funk?
What do you think? Does he?
I think they have the capability. I just don't think it's going to be enough.
I'm not hearing anything.
There's not enough firepower for their offensively. And Richard Jefferson is my boy. Like, you have Richard Jefferson out there. You have Iman Shumpert who's gotten better offensively, but he's not going to give you 20 points. Kevin Love's trying to play, but that system is so fast that it's a matchup nightmare for him too. they just don't have the pieces. The personnel fits a lot better for the puzzle of Golden State than it does for Cleveland.
We'll take a break, 60 seconds. Jay Williams, at Real Jay Williams on Twitter and now on Instagram with his Instagram story of two
pictures and
two
videos.
videos of me standing like a statue of me actually moving and respecting the fact that it's a video. Go check that out. I want to hit some more on this game and then the one and done conundrum that the NBA says needs to be fixed. I want to talk to you about that. Jay Williams is here on the Rich Eisen Show. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to the show. Jay Williams just asked me coming back from break, are you ready for the NFL? I'm like, oh, please. I'm ready for the NFL the day after the Super Bowl's over.
Wow.
I miss it. It's a narrative generating machine, the NFL. It was a story after story after story. The Chris Command Center that's coming up, the news update. How many NFL stories do you have? It's June 7th. How many do you have just for that?
It's nonstop.
What do you got?
I have 7.
You know what I mean? It's June 7th.
I just came back from the Giants. I spoke to all the rookies over at their OTAs.
You did?
Yeah.
Who brought you in?
David Tyree.
Okay.
David's my cousin, which is really funny. So imagine him and I playing football growing up and him stiff-arming me and me being like, maybe I should try this basketball sport. Probably better for me.
Did the ball ever stick to his head while you were playing?
No, but it did. Hey, I remember that day like it was yesterday. That guy's incredible.
You couldn't go play basketball at Syracuse since you went to Syracuse?
And he can actually hoop. He's a really good hooper, by the way. I mean,
we
he's
could have
very
used
talented.
you back in the day. That's all I'm saying.
He was too smart for Syracuse. Oh, my word.
That's why I stayed 2 years.
Well, I'm going to say that to Donovan McNabb.
I know.
I'm going to send him a text right now.
So you spoke to the Giants rookies. What is your message?
Evan Daniels?
What is your message? Evan Ingram, yeah.
Evan Ingram, excuse me. Not Daniels,
what is your message to the rookies?
We were just doing like more like a media symposium about how to control your own narrative, and that all these kids have this amazing platform playing for the Giants. And are you leveraging your opportunity? So, I think this archaic tradition of, for all these upper management, like when you start focusing on other things besides football, hey, you're really not focusing on your craft. I kind of think that stereotype is over. I think you're allowed to allocate 9 hours of your day to focus on your craft, and then you should focus on what is your brand. And have all these guys think about like Evan Ingram, what is your brand, right? You're playing alongside 2 big-time wide receivers. You're going to get a lot of touches, obviously, as a T. How are you creating, who are you? Are you showing the world who you are a little bit, and are you controlling that?
Damn straight, Jay Williams. I mean, I never forget my times that I've been at rookie symposiums when they used to have them at the NFL and the NFLPA. And I would just stand there whenever I was moderating something or covering something, just looking at the room of 256 big men on campus who just had their dreams come true, drafted. Half of them by age 22, 23 would have to figure out what to do.
Exactly.
On average.
Exactly.
On average. So certainly if you're in New York City, New York, New Jersey area, and you're playing for the Giants, damn straight you figure out what your brand is. And obviously the brand means nothing if you don't practice your craft.
Exactly.
I mean, that's first comes first.
But I told the guys, I'm like, all right, so every company, right, because I love business, every company has a board. So what's the job of the board? The board is to interview the CEO quarterly, and the CEO's job is to explain, hey, this is where the company was, this is where the company is, and this is where the company is going. And the board's job is to ideate on how the company needs to get there to achieve their goals. So why the hell do these individuals not look at themselves as their own individual companies? That's what a brand is. You're the CEO of your own company. Who is on your board? Do you still have boys from back home that are on your board? Or are you establishing a new board? Are you writing a letter since you have 8 hours in your day and you're not playing Nintendo or you're not playing, PlayStation, whatever it may be? And are you writing letters to powerful CEOs in New York or in your respective city, inviting them to a game or inviting them to dinner on a low-key night and formulating your board and saying, all right, this is the direction I want to go, or help me figure out what my brand needs to be? And what's funny, I spoke for about 45 minutes and about 25 kids there. And after the talk was over, nobody came up to me but Evan Ingram.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know who you are. I watched you play in college. Like, I'm a Giants fan. Obviously, Tyree's my cousin. He's talked about you. But the fact that that's the kid that comes up to me and says, hey, I want to be more. I'm like, oh, okay, that's somebody that has it. You could just tell some people have it in the way they think. I just hope it works out for him because he's a great kid.
Jay Williams here on the Rich Eisen Show. And last segment, you were talking about how you don't understand why Tyronn Lue is trying to play up-tempo because he's playing right into the Warriors' hands. Brockman, you asked Jay a question during the commercial break based off of that. Go for it.
Yeah, the other day in a press conference, LeBron James got pretty combative when a reporter asked him, why won't they slow down the game? Why won't they change their style of play? And LeBron was like, look, we play fast. Why won't he admit that they need to change their style of play to make this a series?
LeBron James is the best player on the planet. Okay,
That's your poll question. Vote on the Paul Pierce poll question.
Yeah. Paul Pierce has some anger there, and I respect that for Paul. That's what makes Paul great. But I mean, LeBron James is still the best player on the planet. I mean, you put LeBron James with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, wow, too. Okay,
right.
He's not as gifted as a scorer as KD, but he does everything else extremely better than KD, in my opinion. But at the same time, there's a gift and there's a curse to LeBron James, right? The gift is that he's been labeled King James and that his foresight is incredible. The way he studies the game is very Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan-like. His attention to detail is off the charts. But I sometimes think that LeBron gets in LeBron's own way because of the ego that comes with being King James. That, no, I'm going to prove you wrong, and what we want to do is the right answer. And if I just don't see how you can play fast. That's great that you may have played fast throughout the regular season, but that doesn't mean that just because you played every game fast means that you need to play in the NBA Finals fast. You just need to win the game. And it doesn't matter what the pace of the game is. You need to do whatever conducive for your team to win the game. And in my opinion, that would be slowing down the tempo of the game. If the Golden State Warriors average 140 possessions per game, and all of a sudden you make the game 98 possessions, you make them value the ball a lot more, because now there are not a lot of possessions where they can just Stephen Curry can come down and be careless with the ball. They have to execute and attention to detail on each and every possession. And that's a game in which Cleveland can make it a close-knit game if they're able to do that and then play defense.
Well, Jay, I mean, I sit here and I think about we had the conversation with Michelle and we beat earlier, and now you, and you know we're gonna have it with Shaq tomorrow, and we've had it for weeks now, if not months. I mean, I can't get past Durant signing with Golden State still. It's such a major difference maker. And I'm wondering if LeBron's sitting there thinking, you know what, us against them, just like last year, we wouldn't be down 3-1. We would kick their ass. And now the fact that Durant's there just makes him think, well, this is just not even a fair fight. And look around his locker room and say, who the hell is going to join me to try and make this a fair fight? And we're not changing our style. Our style won us a championship last year. We came down 3-1, where the reality is Durant's there. It's not changing. He had his right to do it. They had the caponomics to work it out.
Yep.
And it's a difficult thing to face the reality. What do you think about that?
I think you're exactly on. You're exactly on point. The reality is that maybe Cleveland wins one game, but this series is over. LeBron James will never admit to that. But deep down, watching the way Golden State is playing right now, if you just watch Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant work out, I watched them the other day, they made 28 threes in a row. It's kind of ridiculous in the style in which they play. I've heard a lot of rumors about, hey, does Cleveland need to reload, okay? Is that a guy like Jimmy Butler? Can Jimmy Butler come to Cleveland, and will that give them the arsenal to compete with a team like Golden State? But I don't see that happening. I see two scenarios. And both of them include LeBron not being in Cleveland. LeBron did exactly what he told Cleveland fans he was going to do. He was going to come back and bring a championship to Cleveland. He did that, correct?
Yes.
All right. So contract done. Task finished. He's trying to get another one. Probably not gets a chance to opt out next year. A lot of people say LA. I think LeBron does want to be the first billion-dollar athlete. And I think there's nobody better for him to get there other than Magic Johnson. Now, will they be able to surround him with the right pieces? Potentially, yeah. When you have Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, because of Rob Pelinka, that relationship being involved, and you have a lot of assets in which they do a lot of young players. Potential. The other option, why not go to San Antonio? Why not go to San Antonio and play for Greg Popovich, the best coach in the game?
Wow.
And line up with the likes of Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Chris Paul.
Why not
maybe
do that?
Chris Paul.
Maybe Chris Paul. Why not do that? If everybody's forming these superpowers, people are going to be angry regardless. You're not living for your legacy to be deemed through other people's eyes. You're trying to win championships. Future looking, Cleveland will not have the right assets to compete with Golden State to win a championship. Kyrie Irving is great. Kevin Love is great. That style will never be conducive to beat Golden State. The style that is conducive to beat Golden State is the best coach in the game that can develop the right strategy with the right personnel to beat Golden State. You have a big-time wing defender in Kawhi Leonard that can guard a Kevin Durant. You can put LeBron James on a Klay Thompson or maybe hide him on a Zaza. You have the scheming of Greg Popovich. I see the latter happening before I see L.A. or Jimmy Butler coming to Cleveland.
Wow. That's what's called a Costanza walk-off right there. Love having you on, Jay.
Love being on, bud.
We didn't even ask you about the one-and-done stuff.
Well, we'll get there eventually.
Okay, we'll get there. Will you come back before the draft or at least call in before the show?
I'm actually out here next week, so I will come back before the draft. There
Jay
you go.
Williams.
Look at that.
Booked next week.
Booked for next week, and maybe we got to work on the dating games. The Jay Williams dating game.
You guys better bring some hot options. I didn't mean it like that. I meant that came out wrong.
No,
you guys know,
no.
Maybe it didn't.
You meant appropriate options.
Appropriate.
Maybe it did.
Yeah, maybe it didn't. I don't know.
Jay Williams, at Real Jay Williams on Twitter, Instagram. Life is Not an Accident, the autobiography, a memoir of reinvention.
Thanks for always plugging my book too, buddy.
Always. It's an incredible story that needs to be heard. I'm glad to hear that you're going around giving it to the youth, whether they're taking it in or taking it all in or not is up to them. But
change one person at a time.
Attaboy. Jay Williams here on the Rich Eisen Show. Don't you move. There is some news about the Belmont Stakes, including, yes,
Belmont Stakes.
When Hank Goldberg returns to the show. That's coming up next. All right, let's review this. It's not my my best moment, but this. Let's just review it. They caught it on camera. They caught this moment on camera.
So
Go ahead,
good.
roll it. Go ahead, roll it.
Hey, Mr. Eisen. Okay. Look at that. He's such a stud.
See,
He's incredible. I know.
Great
I'm
pose.
lucky.
Great.
All right, everybody. Rich Eisen, part 2. Here we go.
Hi.
There you go. Hey. He's active. We're not doing a photo this time. Look at that. There you go. Part 2.
I'm
Do
so
you
proud
have the
of you.
video of the camera catching it? Evan, roll it. Go ahead, roll it. Here we go. I mean, here you are. Like, okay, you're doing it, and my ears are in. My ears are in.
Wait, is that blue steel?
No, but right around here is where I realized, oh,
Blue
damn it. It
steel,
was a
nice.
video.
Is that blue steel or is that Magnum? I mean, because that's one hell of a look.
It's a video.
That really worked out. I'm proud of you, man. Last night was an L, but tonight you bounced back. There you go. It was good. Big Sean. There you go.
Okay, I bounced back.
There you go. See, you
Hey,
can rap.
I got pep in my step today. One of the news items that's coming up.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you do. One of Hollywood's finest.
Love that we went from Big Sean to Pep in My Step.
Some actress out there professed having a crush on me.
What? Who is this?
Why is
Wait,
everybody so
Who is
freaking
this?
surprised by this?
Who is this?
You got to tune in on your drive out of here. Find out.
That's called the tease, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the tease.
Black tie.
So you're coming back next week?
Yeah, I'll
okay.
come back next week.
What we're going to do is we're going to book this. We're going to book this. We're going to get you back next week. We'll
We're
have another
doing a
chat.
dating show, correct? We're doing the Rich Eisen dating show.
Give us a week. We'll get you a date. That sounds like a bad commercial, right?
Can I just post a tweet? If you want to date Jay Williams,
Come on, just let us know.
email us a headshot.
I don't know if we should give like a full-on, but definitely do not embrace debate with him on a plane at 5 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the wrong time and place to be embracing debate.
The guy's ordering like vodka and cranberries and talking to me. I'm like, it's 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
dude.
he wanted like a split screen and
Oh
a
my
topic
God.
bar and a
Oh, you want
hashtag.
everything.
And
Skip Bayless on the side, undisputed.
Airports are time warps. There's no judging on drinking in an
It's
airport.
incredible. It's
10
incredible.
a.m., you're good.
hey, there's somebody
7
embracing
a.m.
debate
coming back
somewhere,
from
right?
Happy hour
Francisco.
somewhere. There you go.
7 a.m. coming
the
back
phrase.
from San Francisco and Super Bowl.
Jay Williams, everybody.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.